We are in Ulaan Baatar, the capital of Mongolia. That's where we have been staying since yesterday when we got here to Ulaanbaatar. It's right now around 1:30 and we're just stepping out to explore the city. We're right now in the very center of Ulaanbaatar city, and the first impression we've got is how busy the streets are.
Mongolia is supposed to be one of the least densely populated countries in the world, and for that country the number of vehicles they have on the road is crazy. Like yesterday when we got to the train station, we had to come about 3 kilometers to our place of stay, and it took 30 minutes.
30 minutes, and this was on a bus, and this was only because it gets pretty busy during rush hour, and jams can last as long as an hour or so just to cover a matter of a kilometer.
Well, it's 12 o'clock now, and we decided to step out a little late in the day because the sunset here is at 9 o'clock in the night, or evening as they call it.
Yeah, and there's actually not a lot to see in the city center, but we figured it's the best way to get to know the vibe of the city. We're already feeling like such a vast difference between what we've seen in China to here, and it definitely has a lot of those Soviet vibes still in it.
But the first task for the day is to get some brunch. I see something like a Russian salad, something with cabbage, and I'm really tempted for this too. We've got ourselves a big bowl of salad, some raisin juice, some coleslaw, and some cabbage, and a piece of bread. The salad has some cucumber, lettuce, tomatoes, some walnuts, and I think cranberry. And they have dressed it with some kind of a sauce. It looks yellow in color. That's honey mustard sauce. I love how they made the salad. Like the crunchy veggies with the lettuce, and then the walnuts, and then the little sweetness which comes from the cranberry. It's all mixing so well together. It's super delicious. And this is coleslaw. It has some potatoes, carrots, and I think little pieces of capsicum. All the veggies are boiled and it's coated with a layer of mayonnaise. It's super tasty. It's actually not too soft. It's a little hard, so it's nice to chew on it. This is raisin juice, but it feels like tea for me. It's nice. It's like the bottled tea we used to have in China. Similar taste.
It actually feels really nice and refreshing to not be having noodles after a whole month of eating it every single day in China. So this is so similar to Russian food that we've had before. Salads, potatoes. There's no rice, there's no noodles here, but Mongolia does seem to have a lot of Chinese restaurants we saw while walking down the street. So it'd be interesting to see how much of the cuisine actually is different from China and Russia, but also is similar to them. What?
Little birdie.
What do you mean?
It's so small.
Shish wants to bother this little bird. We just stepped out of the restaurant and walked around the block, and immediately we found a Buddhist monastery.
Actually, we could see this monastery from our window in our room, and we were always curious to know what it was inside.
This one seems to have a lot of familiar designs that we had seen in Sikkim. Like in most parts of India, there's a lot of Buddhist monasteries which were built by the lamas who came from Tibet. So we've sort of seen some of this architecture there, and we're very surprised to see the exact same thing here.
Oh my god, I love I love these colors. They make it like so colorful. Red, green, turquoise color. And there's like the paintings are so intricate. It's so nice. Oh, happy.
You know it's a Buddhist temple when you see those. So this behind us is the Choilin monastery. It's a Tibetan Buddhist monastery. Inside we saw a very grand Buddha statue and also a very big picture of the Dalai Lama, the current Dalai Lama, who is actually in Dharamshala in India. A lot of the monastery's design incorporates two very specific things. One is Tibetan architecture and second is Mongolian architecture.
This monastery is actually shaped like a yurt or gur as they call it in Mongolia. These yurts are basically the houses of nomads. So you remember in Kyrgyzstan also we saw yurts and we are also staying in one of them. So this temple is actually shaped like that.
It's really cool. And what's impressive is they have the same cylindrical prayer gongs which are around the whole circumference of this temple. It's very similar to what we saw in Sikkim. That was actually the first time we went into one of these temples and experienced a very raw Buddhist monastery.
And on each of these cylindrical gongs they've actually written the prayer. So you can read and turn the cylinder.
Most of the devotees, they come and they start turning it from the first point and go all around in a circle. So it's really nice. There's also a very big Buddha statue here inside the park.
Yeah.
And overall, it's Sunday. We expected there would be a lot more people, but it's very peaceful right now. It's probably everybody's day off, so they're just indoors.
And this is like right in the center of the city.
Yeah, it's very impressive. There was no ticket for this. It's built in 1991, so not too long ago, and probably after the Soviet Union broke apart and Mongolia became as it is now.
Yeah.
Usually for people back home to watch. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Namaste.
Namaste. Hello, everyone. For my friend India. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We were just sharing what we learnt about the monastery when a monk came up and started speaking to us. He greeted us with Namaste. Wow, it was so fun.
And he also told us that today is Dalai Lama's 90th birthday.
Wow, 90th birthday. Happy birthday, Dalai Lama, in case you're watching.
We were just thinking that these three temples were the only temples here, but then the monk told us the new temple is inside this glass building.
So cool. Times are changing and even the temples are. And you see, it says Cream Mandap. Mandap is like a platform in Sanskrit. This is what is inside the glass building. Maitreya. This city has a lot of Soviet era architecture even today.
It looks like a nice mix of Soviet architecture and a little bit of Chinese architecture.
Yeah, that's what we've noticed in the few hours that we've been here in the city. But it's almost very similar to the Kyrgyzstan capital city of Bishkek that we've been in.
Yeah, the wide roads, wide footpaths, greenery in between. It reminds us of Bishkek a lot.
Yeah. And as you can see, the traffic is at its peak again. It's a busy intersection, but one thing I've noticed is that the most popular car here seems to be the Toyota Prius. I don't know if these are coming in from Japan, if they are used cars that are bought here, but the most popular car here is a Toyota Prius. Crossing roads here is always fun. It's like you get on the sidewalk and all the vehicles stop for you. Except if it's at the main signal point, then you have to wait.
stepping into the museum and it's super hot and sunny, and when we came out it's like this, cloudy and drizzling.
And it's starting to blow a very cold breeze, and the temperature is already probably down under 20. Before we went in, it was definitely over 30. So that's how quickly things change here in Mongolia. But this museum, really incredible. In China, we didn't get to visit a museum because either you had to reserve very well in advance, or there was like an enormous queue that we couldn't fight. Inside this museum, they have multiple levels, multiple halls that basically start from 73,000 years ago. That's the earliest identifiable remain that they found in this land that they call Mongolia. And from then on, so many different things are unearthed in the grounds here, even including a dinosaur fossil. The most glorious part of Mongolia's empire was obviously the era of Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan!
Okay, now you tell the story.
So when Genghis Khan was ruling, he had conquered a huge landmass in this part of the world, in fact in the entire world. It started from Lake Baikal up north till the Great Wall of China in the south, and on the east it went on till
Tingshan Mountains in China,
and the west,
the Altai Mountains.
Altai Mountains.
So this was how much of the empire he consolidated by uniting 73 different nomadic tribes, which at the time seemed impossible because generally nomadic tribes are warring factions. They don't really like each other's, like they don't really like another tribe coming into their territory. But here he was actually able to convince them using his strategies, and that's what made him a great ruler amongst Mongols.
And he was also very popular for all the different kind of tactics and techniques he used in his military and army.
So this is why even now, like almost 900 years later, Genghis Khan is still worshipped as the national leader. And what was interesting for us to learn is that being in India, we've always assumed that Khan meant a Muslim title, but Khan actually means leader. Genghis Khan didn't mean he was being Muslim about the name. It was actually about him being a leader of the masses of the people. So this is what happened here in Mongolia, and even till today, the Mongolians retain that as a part of their identity.
In fact, when you're speaking to anybody and then you mention the word Mongolia, the first response they give is Genghis Khan.
Yeah. So where we are right now, this museum, this is actually a very cool 90s era building. It looks really nice. It kind of reminds us of the Soviet architecture we saw in the other countries, the other stans especially. And on this side behind us is the Mongolian National Parliament. What's really cool is that Mongolia, even though it's surrounded by two unique governments of Russia and China, Mongolia is actually democratic. So they have a multi-party system and they have elections periodically. So for us coming from democratic India, it was interesting to see the constitution and all those similarities that we can, relate to back home. And the parliament here is at the very center of the city, and it's called the Sukhbaatar Square, right?
Yeah.
So that's where we go next.
We have now come to the Sukhbaatar Square, and right behind us is Genghis Khan, a big statue of Genghis Khan.
So he's actually sitting on a throne there, and behind this building is the Mongolian parliament. On both sides there are two horsemen, or I'm not sure if it's again Genghis Khan or his sons who are riding the horse, because in the museum they had the same kind of structure with the portraits. So that is that. And then on this side, at the very center of the square, there's another statue of probably Genghis Khan on a horse when he was younger.
Yeah.
So it looks really cool.
And this square is like so big and in the city center, and it's all open. It's like a nice place to chill in the evening.
Yeah, I think we'll come back here once we're done exploring the rest of the town, because people told us that there could be lights coming on in the evening.
Yeah.
So that would be interesting to see.
That is Navneet, and that is Genghis Khan. Navneet for scale. Genghis Khan. Navneet.
We've also learned that in this month of July is when they have the biggest festival in Mongolia. It's called the Nadam Festival, something where they celebrate being Mongolian, being nomadic, and they have some very interesting ceremonies, and it happens all over the country in many places, including here in the capital city. So that is why everything is starting to get decked up very beautifully with flowers growing here, a little expo there, and another one behind where we hear a lot of music from. And Ulaan Baatar was also the first city in Asia to get its own opera. So there's actually a couple of opera buildings right here. I'm not really sure which one is the first one, but I'm guessing that could be because it looks super old.
That is so cool. There is light on the footpath which turns red when we have to stop and green when we have to cross the road. First time we are seeing that.
Oh look, an Indian restaurant and a karaoke club.
We see a lot of karaoke clubs here in Ulaanbaatar. Like every road has at least 3 or 4 of them.
Yesterday evening, we got invited to the home of a lama. A lama is a Tibetan Buddhist monk, and he lives here with his family. He's actually the very close friend of the kind lady who helped us at the border. So she had called him ahead and told him about us coming to Ulaanbaatar, and he actually ended up inviting us to dinner. We couldn't really vlog that, but we did take a picture together, and he told us that about 50% of Mongolia's current population, so the population which is 3 million, 50% of it being up 1.5 million, lives here in Ulaanbaatar. And almost every other person owns a car here because of how remote most places are in the country, and most people being from different villages from across the land, they all need a car. And that is why even after rush hour, you'll see so many vehicles here, because people, even to just get around, buy something from the supermarket, they prefer to use the car. And there are very few two-wheelers here, mostly because of how extreme the weather gets in winter.
This city is surrounded by mountains on all the sides. Some hills they have grass, some of them have trees. It's nice.
We were just walking in a nearby block and we discovered this tiny little vegan restaurant. And after so many days, we've got dal and rice. It's not an Indian restaurant, it's a Mongolian vegan restaurant. And we got lentil soup. It's really tiny brown rice with some sesame in it. And the lentils soup is basically mung beans with veggies. And for this cold weather outside, this is exceptionally good. Just noticed something here. This is the steps outside the restaurant, and all the edges have carpets on it, like thin strips of carpety material so that you don't slip and fall. I think it has to do with the cold weather. You know, when there's ice, people don't fall off the stairs. It had been so long since we had Pizza Hut pizza, and in Ulaanbaatar there are so many of them. So we finally found one just so close to the square that we had to come get it. It was about 10,000 Mongolian tugrik, which is about 200
For a
rupees.
small pizza, the smallest pizza they have.
That's how small it looks. But you might be wondering how we have two when we only paid for one.
Well, the shop guys, they surprised us with another pizza. They said this one is a gift for you, enjoy.
See, Mongolians
Oh
are
my
so
God.
nice. Anyway, now the plan is to take this pizza and go to the square and sit there and have pizza
it'll be
as the
so
sun
nice.
sets. Travel and pizza.
And sunset.
Shish is still sitting there eating her pizza while I quickly run over to the other side of the square. There's ice cream, and if it's one thing that we've learned while traveling through the Stans and former Soviet countries is that ice cream is amazing around here. And Mongolia is very well known for its dairy products. So we go get one. Thank you. Got the ice cream, but I also just realized that building behind me there is the Mongolian Stock Exchange. It's said to be one of the smallest stock exchanges in the whole world. I mean, not the building, but the number of stocks listed on it. But that's it, that's right there. It's at the very center of the city, just around the square. And now the colors of the square are really coming out. It's really beautiful. Look at that. Nice. After a long day of exploring Ulaan Baatar,
Eating a lot of food today.
yeah, totally unexpected. You know, in Mongolia, everything is a lot more expensive than even China. So our daily budget really looks so shaky. But if it wasn't for our host, Digubai, who's hosting us at his home, it would have been super hard because the cheapest hostels right now are costing well over 2,000 rupees or about $25 a night for just 2 dorms,
Yeah.
which is unusual for Asian prices. But it's also the busiest week in the whole year.
They
because
have a
of-
festival going on called the Nadam Festival, and there's one more called the Music Festival.
And both of these are happening right now. It's peak summer, which means it's that time of the year when all Mongolians are out free enjoying summer and everybody's traveling or everybody's out there and a lot of foreign tourists coming in. So that makes things difficult. And also, food isn't cheap either.
Like in China, for about $2, you would get a big plate of noodles, and both of us would be completely satisfied after eating that. But the same thing, if you want to eat the local food here and be satisfied, you have to spend at least
$4.
$4 to $5.
At least twice that.
Yeah.
And the food is tasty. Like we don't have any complaints, but the prices are definitely a bit hard to swallow at the moment.
I really like how they make their salads. It's so good.
Anyways, the plan is now to just sit here and hopefully wait till the lights come on. I don't
See,
know.
it's 9 o'clock now, and look how bright it is.
Yeah. Sunset is supposed to happen about now or
Yeah.
between now and 9:30.
So we're just gonna sit here, wait till the lights come on, then get a glimpse of the lights, and then walk back to the room.
We're only about a kilometer down from the room here. So thanks you guys for coming and exploring Mongolia on our first day with us. We liked Ulaanbaatar.
Yeah.
I hope you did too.
Bye, Lala.
And if anybody from Mongolia is watching, thanks you guys. You are making our
Yeah.
experience really special because Mongolians have been just so super friendly. We haven't experienced this in a while now. This kind of friendliness. So it's really nice. Probably because of being nomadic that people are always watching for each other.
Yeah.
We'll see you in the next vlog. Bye. Oh, the lights came on. So, Genghis Khan.
Oh. Subscribe. Look, brother. It's not a building. It's a TV.
Stop it. I will give the starting and then.
No, you can't do.
The most important. That is neat.
What?
So villainous. The most.
In fact, to anybody once you mention the
So So that's it, everybody.
Color, 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 dink, 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 color, 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 dink, 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 color, 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 dink, 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 dink.